When it comes to trying to sell new construction homes as a real estate agent, a lot of people think it's about, hey, I got to pick a side. I got to one way or the other. You're either heavy, like, hey, I got to focus just on the buyers and I got to be terrible to the builders, or I got to like buddy up to the builders and build the relationships there. And if you go one direction or the other, I'm going to tell you that's really the wrong way to think about doing this. Those of us that win and those of us that do well in the new construction space have figured out a different piece to this. It's kind of like a asymmetric triangle, so to speak. It's this like control layer. And it's like, how do I as an agent provide value and work in this space to provide control to help builders win, help buyers get homes? Because at the end of the day, like we know a buyer, they can go directly to a builder and buy without us. We know a builder can directly market to a consumer without using us. But when we add in us to the mix, it adds a control piece to that group. If you don't understand your buyers, you don't control demand in the market. If you don't understand the builders, you don't control the supply in the market. And if you don't understand both, then you really don't understand the deal. This is like how we find success as agents who are trying to build businesses based on new construction. So that's kind of what I'm trying to build on this channel is I want to teach you how to sell new homes and do it exclusively in your business. This is where I found success for my business as building this niche of being a true new construction agent. So hopefully we can provide some tips to you on how to do this. So number one, if you're going to try and figure out how to manage this, you have to understand what the real problem is, right? So many times in a new construction transaction, everything feels super reactive. Like you're waiting on something to happen and then you go do this, right? Like the incentives change daily or weekly, or depending on the neighborhood, like that. They constantly change, timelines change. Agents always constantly feel like behind the eight ball, like, oh, this happened and I didn't know it happened. And you feel like you're losing the deal. And it's like, you're not losing your deal. Like you're losing control and you haven't set yourself up to be successful to maintain this and bring in transactions to help you win. So to me, this part of our business is when we build this control layer and we understand both, it improves our decisiveness. It sets expectations and it prevents mistakes on both sides. So a lot of what happens in a new construction transaction, really your job as an agent is to do a lot of pre-framing and a lot of education for your buyers. And the only way that you're able to do education is if you are educated on the product, right? Like when you have this layer in place, when you can pre-frame conversations with your buyers of like, hey, this is like, I need you to understand the difference between buying resale and buying new. And you can set those expectations and you can tell them, hey, this is how this is going to go. This is what we're going to ask for. This is what we're going to experience. Like it doesn't have to feel heavy anymore. Like you can lift that burden so that you can maintain the deal and maintain the control. When you're doing this means you're spending time in builders models and you're spending time with sales reps and you're asking questions and you're learning. Because here's the truth that I have found in the last several years of doing a ton of new construction deals and doing this at scale. Most agents don't know this, right? Like most agents don't understand how to sell new homes. And all the builders I talk to, they're like, oh, we wish we had more agents that understood our product or understood our marketing or understood like how we can be a win and a piece of success in their business. And so when they don't understand this, agents, you live deal to deal, right? Like all of your knowledge lives in your head. You're like, oh, well, I just have to get this deal to get that deal. Nothing compounds. Everything feels reactive. And then you get in the space where like your business only works when you're present. And if you're only working when you're present, you don't have control. You have chaos. And I don't want you to have chaos, right? So let me give you the things that I'm working on. And this comes out of, again, practicing in the market. I'm in the DFW market. We have a ton of new construction opportunities here. And over the last 3 years, I have built my business exclusively on new construction and done very, very well in this space. So if I can help you with this, I'm trying to just kind of give you the understanding on how we're going to do that. One of the first things I think you have to realize when you're building this business, if you're starting from scratch, one of the first things I wish I would have realized is the content that I put out strengthens my buyers. Every conversation I have with a new potential buyer starts with questions. Starts with, well, how do we do this? Or what builder is good for this? Like it doesn't start with them walking into a model home. We have to get them to the point that they're ready to walk into that model home. And so if I can understand that, I can build my business around content, because content answers these questions before a meeting ever even shows up on my calendar or their calendar. Like they can spend so much time learning and understanding and getting the expectations in place. And so then we put the education on them. And so when we have that conversation, they're ready to roll, right? Content for me is not like a replacement of conversations. It makes my conversations more efficient. So I can go one to many in terms of content, right? Like we can record the video, we can make the guide, we can send the emails from a one to many standpoint so that when I do have conversations with our buyers, they are at a deeper level. I kind of think about it like you remember when you go into middle school and you're going into pre-algebra for the first time, and it's like this is the first time that they're introducing variables or x's and y's into equations. Well, when they do that, the only way that they can do that is that you have a basic understanding of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, right? So when we do content based around new construction and based around the transaction and based around builders, what we're doing is we're building this framework for our potential clients so that we can have a deeper conversation to get them where they need to be and ultimately win the house that they love. Second thing, as you're building this out, and I'm building this in my business, what I wish I would have known when I started, builders are not the enemy. Builders are the biggest source of intel that you could find in your business. And if you will treat sales reps like they are the biggest source of intel and insight, you can use that to so much leverage. Now, let me be clear. What I am not telling you to do, what I'm not telling you to do is walk into a model home, drop off your stinking business card and be like, oh, if you need somebody, please call me. They're not going to call you. They already have their people. That's not how you win business. How you win business is you go in and you ask questions. You learn. You let them explain their product to you. You learn about pricing and you learn about incentives. You learn about standard features. You treat sales reps like you would treat clients. You keep a database. You follow up with them. You ask them to send them on your emails. You ask them how they price and how their strategies move. Because when you can understand them, again, you realize that they're not the enemy. We're all playing toward the same goal and have the same expectations. You set up, again, this avenue where you help them win and you help your clients win. And by helping both of them win, you being the person in the middle wins. Because if you don't understand how a builder sells, and this is one of the biggest keys, if you don't understand what moves the needle for them, you will always explain something wrong. And then when you explain something wrong, you're either A, you're going to look like a fool, or B, you're going to say the wrong thing, and then your buyer's going to be frustrated because, oh, well, you promised me this and you said this, and then it doesn't happen, right? Number three, you have to have systems in place, right? Systems to capture how you're educating your buyers, systems for how you're capturing your builder intel, systems to standardize your decisions. And now I will tell you, we've done, again, I told you, we've done a lot of builder business, and this is something I'm actively working on and actively trying to make better. I think this is one of those places where as an agent, the most important thing you can feel and figure out is the systems that run your business and how you can always tweak them and make them better. This is even things as we've done tons and tons of new construction homes, like we're still trying to figure out how to make this better for me, for our team, for our clients, because without the systems, the control layer all collapses back on top of me. So if I was starting from the beginning, I would have a very clear system of this is how I intake buyers. This is how I pre-frame and ask them questions. This is how I manage their expectations. This is how I run all of my paperwork. This is how I make sure my buyers reps are signed. This is how I make sure I'm never outside of a deal and I don't know what's going on. Those are probably the three biggest things. So if I could lean into my content, understand that builders we're not enemies. We are working toward the same deal. And then I would start building out my systems to help me win and win at scale. That's what I would do if I was starting over. Now, I want to be transparent with you because you don't know me. If we haven't met before, my name is Zach. I am a real estate agent here in DFW and do a ton of business exclusively in the new construction space. And what I'm trying to figure out is how to do this better, how to serve more people doing this, and honestly replicate myself and be like, hey, if there were more of us that understood the new construction space and understood how to help more buyers, we could be so successful and we could all win, right? People deserve really great representation. And when our buyers are informed, our buyers are educated, conversations are productive. We don't have deals blow up mid-deal. People like us, they do business with us. That's what helps us win. So as I'm building this for myself and continuing to figure it out, I'm trying to help you along the way. So here's a couple things I would tell you as you're wrapping this up. One, if you're already doing the new construction thing, write down hey, what are the 5 questions you've answered repeatedly? And if you've answered them repeatedly, you probably need to have something that answers those questions for you. A video, an email, an ebook, a PDF, a spreadsheet, a something that answers those questions for you. So things you continually answer them a lot. And then the other thing is the top 5 things that you don't fully understand. And then you need to start asking those questions, whether it's of your sales reps, of your builder lenders, of your builder title companies, of other people, of me. Like, hey, if you're looking at this and you're like, Zach, I don't even know, like, how do we get into being a new construction real estate agent? How do we do this? Like, ask me those questions, because I would love to answer them in a video and help you build this out and build a business that is wildly successful for you and your clients. Because at the end of the day, like, we can, figure this out. I just want to help you do that. And this is what this channel is going to be about. This is about, hey, how do we build leverage? How do we answer questions about builders? How do you learn how to sell new construction homes in a way that is successful? Because like I told you earlier, content strengthens everything that you do, and learning builds your systems, and then your systems take over control and allow you to build something that works. So follow along if you're wanting to be part of this. I don't know what this is going to turn into yet. I'm excited for the journey. So subscribe to the channel, and we're going to learn how to sell new homes together. So appreciate you guys. I'm super excited, and let's make this thing happen. So here we go.